Alrighty. Whoa. Whoa. Hey guys, hope you guys are doing well. Hey, Eric with Colorado Storm Chasers. Hey, we have a lot to look at tonight. Yeah, so good to see you guys. Good to hang out with you. Brad, I have no idea. That was literally a countdown off of YouTube. So I got nothing for you. But hey, good to be with you guys. Hope you guys can hear me okay. We're testing out a method to stream to multiple services. So in fact, right now we're testing this. First time tonight ever I've tried it. We're streaming to both YouTube and Facebook at the same time. So we're going to see how it works. And we may have that option during chase season to stream to a couple different places. So yeah. So good seeing everybody, Leah and Jen and Brad. And man, it's good seeing you, Michelle. Good seeing everybody. Hey, we're going to look at a lot of different things tonight as we look at a bunch of weather. Cool. Thanks for the heads up, Jessica. We're going to look at a couple of different setups here. We're going to look at Colorado, obviously, but we're going to look at Kansas and Oklahoma and Texas and the Northeast and the Midwest when it comes to ice. So we got a lot going on tonight. Hope you guys are doing well. Let's start by looking. Here's a little bit of the 500 millibar winds. So 500 millibar winds, we talk about and we use the phrase often, no flow, no show. And this is going to show you where we're going to have some active weather. Where we have stronger 500 millibar winds, we have more active weather. So thanks for joining us, all of you. Football games are over. I purposely waited for the football games to end. Just got done watching Matthew Stafford, a former Detroit Lion quarterback, and I'm a big Lions fan, win and heading to the Super Bowl. So it's really fun for him. I'm glad for him after lots of years in Detroit. I'm glad Matthew Stafford gets the opportunity to play in a Super Bowl. So let's take a look at active patterns for this week and moving into the next couple of days. What you can see is here a very active and change to a little bit of our flow here moving forward. So you're going to see as we get into Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, man, a big pattern change. And you guys have heard me talk about often that what we look for with the 500 millibar winds, with the jet stream, is what what I like to call a ski jump. And what you see here is a very pronounced ski jump. And where we have these big ski jumps in the winter, especially, these deep troughs, is where we're going to have very active weather. That's why we're going to have a ton of active weather across the plains and across the Great Lakes. But the wraparound of this system is going to bring us snow in Colorado. So let's take a look here as we move on. But you see very active 500 millibar winds moving into this. And what you're going to see long term, and again, guys, you guys know me long enough being on our page, I typically don't post, and I don't post snow totals anything more than 4 or 5 days out. What I wanted to show you is how active the pattern is going to be for the next couple of weeks. You can see system after system making their way in. This is a bit of a change of the La Nina setup that we had. And so we're going to have a little more active weather here in Colorado, which is a good thing because we need to catch up on some snow. So let's dive in. Let's look. We're going to start with Colorado. We're going to look at Plains setup first, and then we'll work our way east here. What I like to do here when we look at setups with snow is I like to blend the models. So the GFS has a tendency to overdo snow. The Euro does okay. The NAM has a tendency sometimes to underdo the snow. And so what we do is we take a blend of models and it kind of averages them all out. It's kind of a good way of looking at a system 4 or 5 days out and blending all the models. So we're going to start in the Midwest. We're going to start here in the Plains in Colorado. We'll work our way to the Great Lakes. And we'll talk about the ice possibilities here as we get into the south. So let's look at snowfall here as we go into this week. And this system, as you saw that ski jump, that system is going to impact Colorado, that wraparound surface low, and it's going to make its way east. So let's take a peek at where it's going to go. So here's just looking at some of our snowfall totals as we get into Tuesday and into Wednesday. And you can see that snow really begins to impact most of the region by about Tuesday midnight. So late Tuesday night into the early hours of Wednesday. And you can see obviously our mountains getting it first, and then you're going to see our front range fill in with snow. So let's miss this first. You can see a little bit of that Kansas setup, but let's zoom into Colorado. I know most of you are from Colorado. I see some names on here not from Colorado, but that's fun too. We'll get to your area, I promise. But let's dive in and look at Colorado totals. Again, a blending of models here as we move on into late Tuesday, early Wednesday. So you can see by about Wednesday morning, Wednesday noon, Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday night is when we start to see everything start to trend down. And as you can see by our models, again, this is a blend right now. Here's I-25. Most areas along I-25 are going to be into that like 3 to 6 area, all the way up and down. Where you get west of I-25 in against the foothills, you guys know this if you live in Colorado, we have a tendency to see more snow. So Fort Collins could get 7 or 8. Longmont could get 7 or 8. You know, all these foothills, areas like Estes, areas like Boulder, all that, you have a possibility to get 7 or 8 inches from this. Denver proper, you're going to get maybe 5, that 3 to 6 kind of area. Castle Rock right now, don't believe everything you see right now. I'm looking on the lower end here, but we know from living in Colorado that could change over the course of the next couple of days. So we'll post again tomorrow and give you a better look at the setup. But places like Colorado, along I-25 could get on the higher end of that 3 to 6 range, right? Teller County, this models have trended a little bit lower. I think Teller's going to do a little bit better with this setup. I think Teller could see that 8-inch mark as we look a little bit here. This is just a little bit of a donut hole right now. I think this will fill in on later models. And then, you know, Pueblo, you may actually get some out of this. And then, you know, you get places like Rye, West Cliff, you're going to get some good snow to it, right? Up and down. So I do think almost everybody west of 25 will do pretty good with this setup. Guys, we need it. We're along I-25, we're way behind on our snow. So that's a good setup. I'm liking it. Again, looks like we begin about midnight on Tuesday. We get it all night long, and we get it most of the day Wednesday, and it ends kind of that Thursday morning time period. So please be ready for that. Miranda, we're getting to you in a second. So it's a little bit of a look at Colorado. You can see our totals east of I-25, not as good. Some places, though, will see 3, 4, 5 inches. And again, this is just an averaged out model. So we'll see what the models look like tomorrow. We'll compare. Actually, let's see if we can do that even right now. Let me pick a time period. This is kind of fun. I like this about this model. We'll go to 138. this is a paid version of Pivotal Weather. What we could do, I think, is really fun. Well, I think it's really fun. Is look at the model trends. And so we're going to look at how the models have changed, looking at the same period of time. And you can see how the models are trending upward a little bit, right? So you can see as this loop begins, the snowfall totals are lower right here. You can see every model run picks up the snow totals a little bit. That's an encouraging sign of this system, right? And so we're watching those model trends closely. Cindy, we talked about it a little bit already. Maybe that 3 to 6, maybe in the higher end, like 5 on this one for Colorado Springs. All depends kind of on where in Colorado Springs you guys are at. You guys know that. West always does better than that. So yeah, we will see. Let's see what we got. Leah, who is your source? Yeah, Leah, as we said, I think it starts about midnight Tuesday night. So all day Wednesday gets most of the snow. So whatever you're looking at, obviously, is probably pretty correct. Trust our models, though. These are blended. I like these models better than anything else. But again, you can see Tuesday night, 11 o'clock, we're starting to get snowfall. Right? Here's your time period up here. Right? And as we get in the overnight hours, by 5 a.m., a couple inches. But then you see the bulk of it comes on the day on Wednesday. And then by Wednesday night, we're pretty much out of it. And then we're off to Thursday, Friday, etc. Okay? Got it. Got it, Colorado? Got it, Colorado. Let's widen out and look at more potential impacts of this. Okay? Let's look at the central part of the U.S. Again, here's our snow. Now, we're going to talk about this snow here in a little bit. But what I want to talk about with Texas and Oklahoma is ice. So we're going to move down here and we're going to isolate down here. And I want to show a little bit. There is some snow. How about models showing 4 inches across the panhandle? 4 inches across central Red River area. Man, even Oklahoma City could get 5 inches out of this. Here's what I really want you to notice about this is the ice. This has potential to be the worst part of this setup is the ice. Again, models have been showing a little bit higher trends, but man, you're getting 1/10 of an inch, some places as much as almost 1/4 inch of ice. Ice is going to be a problem across the Dallas area, especially, you know, that south of Oklahoma City. And then as we move our way here into Arkansas, Missouri, we'll get to this area. But here's what I want you to see here is some ice, some challenges here with possible ice as we work across into Wednesday and Thursday, especially in that late Wednesday into Thursday time period. Okay? And even at the beginnings of Friday. So now let's look at the Great Lakes, but I'm going to come back because I want to show you temperatures behind this for everybody. But let me continue the journey here across the regions and kind of give you a snapshot of what we're thinking. Okay? Let's go to snowfall across the Great Lakes and across the Ohio Valley. Sorry, my fingers are a little goofy here. Okay. So let's go into, again, system ejects out of Colorado. Starts to move, right? Here's Wednesday is when the snowfall begins. Wednesday morning across most of the area. Comes Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday night. And into Thursday fills in. Okay, so we'll stop at kind of Friday. Now, again, blend of models, right? Looking at 8 inches, 10 inches, possible 10 inches across central Indiana. Okay, across, Indian North, Fort Wayne. I used to live there. Could get, closing in on that 10, 11 inches. Kind of a deal. All right, again, blended models. We'll look at it again tomorrow. But You have the substantial amount of snow across this region, around the swath of snow. Now, this has been trending all kinds of different directions, right? Right now, Detroit area is looking at about 7 or 8. Earlier models showed a foot. It's been trending downward a little bit. Okay, but again, we'll look tomorrow and we'll try to lock this in. So there's some snowfall. Let's look at ice for the area. Sorry, move my fingers around. Okay, areas south of that snow, here's your big snow swath. Makes sense. The strongest moisture is going to be a fine line between deep snow and ice below it. So look at some of these places that could get a significant amount of ice. Let's actually move down a little bit. Look at the Ohio Valley. Look at more of this ice setup here. There's a look. Again, places that are going to be south of the snow are going to get ice. It's going to be a really fine line. You know, in between, you're probably going to get some sleet, some slush, that sort of thing. North, you're going to get a lot of snow. South, you're going to get a lot of ice. These systems that come out of the southwest, remember that ski jump I showed you, have a lot of moisture to them. So you can get a lot of moisture content, which is why you're going to get some ice out of this. Okay? Moving all the way across. Let's just see if this impacts the Northeast. Will they get round 2? I don't think so, but let's just take a look. Any ice working its way up a little bit here and there. And let's see if they're going to get any more snowfall. Areas that already have 2 feet on the ground. Going to get a little bit, right? Let's work our way north here. Look at snowfall. Yeah, it's really going to hug. It's a little bit later, right? Friday, Saturday, slower to move across. You know, a little bit further north than this last system. You see along, you know, where we typically get our lake effect, man, we're going to get foot all the way along the lake shores. Okay? 10, 11, 12 inches. Cleveland, Buffalo, Rochester. You're all in line for this kind of stuff as we move into it. Okay? Now, let's widen out. Let me show you what the temperatures are going to do behind this system. Strong cold front. You'll see it on the map. You can see by the temperatures as we get into Tuesday. See it? Here comes the Arctic air. Watch the Arctic air come out of Canada. On the move it goes. Here it comes. Arctic air on the move. Right? So behind this system, this is temperatures Thursday morning early, man, really below 0 temperatures, single digits across Kansas, teens in Oklahoma, below 0, really making that push, upper Midwest. Just seeing when we moderate out here. I don't like using a blend of models for temperatures. Let's look at the GFS, just one of our many models. It'll also give us a little more control over the time period. Let's just take a peek. Here comes the cold front, ripping into the area. And that cold, man, look at that cold front. See it right there? Here's that cold front. And again, that cold front, look between the ice, 43, 44, snow, 29, 30, right? That's exactly where we saw that line, dividing line between the ice and the snow, right here. Here's that cold front. And we said the same thing. Oklahoma City could get some snow or ice. Dallas, can you get some ice? Panhandle going to get snow. You can see where that cold front sets up on Wednesday. It continues to push, push, push. That's why you see ice in here, because you had 40-degree temperatures. Behind the cold front, you cool off, and everything that what you had rain before at 44 degrees now turns into ice. Okay? Ice. Hey, Jessica, let me come back to that question, okay? Because I'll need to zoom in on it. And I don't know that area well, so you're going to have to help me a little bit. But what you can see as we get into, Friday morning, Thursday morning, Friday morning, man, cold temps Look at all the way through Oklahoma, single digits. All the way down to Dallas, 12 degrees. And ice. So we could see some of those power line, power outages, problems across this area with all this ice. And we know that grid isn't very good. So you really got to be on alert here in North Texas, Oklahoma, Missouri, Illinois, Indiana for ice and for power outages, etc., as we get into Thursday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday as those temperatures come in. And then we begin to moderate again as we get later on into the week. Okay? So let's look at, you can try to get Jessica. I'm not good at knowing my places in Tennessee. So, you know what we're going to do, because you asked and you asked politely, let's just zoom in on Tennessee. Okay? Here we go. And then we'll look at a blend of models, and then we'll look at the ice and see what the ice snow line is right now, right? Could change. Probably will change. Probably will drift a little bit here or there. But as we move into, there's your ice line. Okay, ice line looks about south of Nashville. Looks pretty safe. Okay, what's up, Melissa? So you know where you're at compared to any of that, Jessica. So you decide if you're getting ice or not. It really looks like like Kentucky will get more ice. Western part of Tennessee will get some. Jackson, Bartlett, Clarksville, west of Nashville. Looks to be right now where we're going to get it. Mary, you're going to get snow in Amarillo. Absolutely this week. Okay? So I think that's your ice line, Jessica, for you. Okay? And then snowfall will be north of that. So you won't get any of that. Okay? Hope that helps. Yeah, weather has been nuts. It's been a wild week and wild winter so far. So I think that answers most areas and most regions for this week. Again, we'll go all the way out and look at snowfall totals going all the way through, all the way into next weekend. So there's a little bit of look. And again, man, the North isn't getting, South Dakota, North Dakota isn't getting any because the system is moving down from the south. You can see exactly where those 500 millibar winds, ski jump, right? Right there, all that active snow. Now, again, this can all shift. It'll shift a little bit tomorrow. Not a lot, but it'll move a few miles here or there. So we'll do another look at it tomorrow. So I hope that helps. Gives you a little bit of a look. But again, I think the biggest concerns, obviously Colorado, we do okay with snow. We haven't had a lot this year, but you're used to it, so you'll be okay. Our biggest area of concern is going to be this. This ice is going to be a problem, right? This ice through this area is going to be a problem this week. So you want to be alert on that. Again, Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Missouri, you want to have just in the back of your mind, what happens if we lose power? Where are we going to go? What are we going to do? Do we have a generator? Do we not have a generator? What are we going to do to keep ourselves warm if power goes out? You just want to be thinking about that. Will it? Probably not. Could it? Possibly. So I just want you to be just kind of ahead of it, right? So yeah, Jen, this whole area, right? Oklahoma, Texas, not meant for power outages, not meant for extreme cold, and they're going to get both this week. You're going to have cold temperatures, you're going to have ice, and that doesn't do well on power grids. So you really want to be ahead of it. Jason, you asked a good question. And I wasn't talking about that part of it yet, but let's take a look. There will be a bit of a severe threat ahead of it, I think more into Thursday. But let's just take a look at, let's just cherry pick, and we'll look at supercell composites and see if I'm sure we're going to get it right ahead of that cold front down here. Let's take a look. We get into Tuesday, Wednesday. Does it stay offshore? Yeah, it might stay offshore, Jason. See it? I think that cold front is going to dip too far south too quickly. Maybe the southern tip of Louisiana. I mean, yeah, but I don't see it a huge severe threat just because that cold front's going to go so far south, Jason. I mean, look at the cold temps here as we get into that time period. I mean, man, you'd have to get it like, on Thursday ahead of the system in the warm sector. But man, that cold front comes through crashing so quick through it. So I'm not sure. It would be around really along the southern coast. Oops. Let's see if I doubt there's anything around the Storm Prediction Center right now. A little bit one tomorrow, maybe. That's not even associated with the system. Let's see if there's anything in the day 3. Nope. Nothing in the day 4 and 5 and 6. So, yeah, maybe not. We'll see. It might, how far it'll get down. So, yeah, not a bad idea to go out and go a little bit shopping tomorrow. Don't go crazy. Again, you're not going to have, in Colorado, you're not going to have snow for a week. You know how fast we get rid of it. So don't panic, and panic buy. But, if you need a couple things, grab it. Kind of a deal. Yeah, Diane, you're dodging this one for sure. Yep. Hey, Jessica, you're welcome. We'll post again tomorrow. So come back tomorrow and look. Yeah, so there you go. There's a little bit of look. So, yeah. Any other last questions? Or we're going to bounce out. I'm not going to keep you guys longer than we need to. I will tell you guys, remember, we have a supporter page. So top of our normal page on Facebook says become a supporter. That's a chance to go in deep, learn more about severe weather, some weather 101, some forecasting. Supporters get the first chance to go chasing with us in May, which we are ready to do this year. And we just post drone footage and 360 footage on that supporter page. So if you want to dive in a little bit more deeper with us and support what we're doing, man, we'd really love that. Helps pay the bills, pay for gas, pay for tires, all that good stuff that just happens when you chase a lot. And last year we drove about 35,000 miles. So do the math on some of that stuff. So Jessica, Northern Indiana is going to be interesting. I think you're going to see a lot of places in Northern Indiana with a foot of snow. So Melissa, go join our supporter page. Come chase with us. Easy peasy. Or at least if you're a chaser and you want to hone in your skills, we'll teach you how to forecast if forecasting isn't your forte. So there you go. So, all right, guys. Good seeing you. Hey, we're going to go live again tomorrow, probably in the evening as we get a little bit of the later model runs. Because even right now, we're still waiting for the 0Z model to come in. So we'll do a little bit of a late evening tomorrow again, too, and give you a look. Maybe a little bit earlier, though, so people on the East Coast aren't staying up so late to watch. But yeah, we'll catch you guys up tomorrow for sure. So, all right, guys. Hey, thanks for being a part of our page. And hey, we're going to talk to you guys tomorrow. So, all right, guys, we'll see you later. Take care.